Just remarkable though, look at how razor thin this rain snow line is. It's 47 right now in Casco Bay, the ocean water temperature that is. But the north wind has been able to hold off this rain snow line and it just is not moving. In fact, Wells is 28, Portsmouth is 29. So if you get any rain on the southern Maine coast, it's going to be very brief. This is going to be mostly, if not all, snow from Portland point south. East, though, of Brunswick and Bath, that's where you see the rain snow line right now. So, for example, it's 40 in New Harbor, but drive to Wiscasset, you get off the peninsula here, it's 27. So that's where we have such a big contrast in what's happening. It's just wet with some light rain falling here, temperatures above freezing. And then on the other side of this front, it's not just cold, but it's snowing at a pretty good rate. We just reported that Damariscotta already has 3.5 inches of snow on the ground. You can see a similar theme here over eastern Maine. Cutler 35, Bar Harbor 34, but Cherryfield 29. So it's going to be a pretty tight rain snow line that pretty much just hugs the coast and Penobscot Bay and never really makes it into southern Maine. So I think Cumberland and York counties, this is almost all snow from here on out. 3 o'clock this afternoon, there's the rain area. It doesn't really move too far from where it is now, but there will be some steadier precipitation that comes in from the west. So this is 6 o'clock in the evening, and we'll have temperatures that'll be in the 20s with periods of heavier snow coming through during the evening hours. This is about the height of the storm. Inch per hour snowfall rates 8, 9, 10 o'clock tonight, and then we do wind this down between 10 and midnight in western Maine, and then between about midnight and 3 a.m. or so in eastern Maine, and it's going to be a non-issue by tomorrow morning's commute. So this is the snowfall forecast, and if I were to change anything right now, you can probably bring this 6 to 9 all the way back to the coast in most of York and Cumberland counties. We still have Portland in 6 to 9, that never changed, and I think we do get at least 6 inches of snow here. On the mid-coast, this is playing out actually pretty well. This zone here, which we put in the 1 to 3 yesterday, is exactly where it's raining now, but you just travel a bit to the north and it's still mostly snow. Bangor, we have you in 6 to 9, but I would lean on the lower end of that range as we see it now. So Brian, as we come back on over to the anchor desk here, I'd say over the next few hours, what we're going to be watching is how heavy does the snow get, and it coincides with the evening commute.
We are dealing with a big winter storm in the east from the mid-Atlantic all the way up into New England. We've got a wintry mix and then heavy snow as we get farther north. Also very heavy rain all across the southeast, and the cold has settled in across much of the nation. Taking a look here at our forecast highs for your Tuesday, we have those 30s there in New England. Certainly the 30s as we head into the mid-south, still well below average. Places like Memphis and Louisville, you won't be getting out of the 30s today. Cold in Minneapolis as well, with 24 degrees your high, and then we've got some chilly air really confined here to the west, but pretty much most of the country is staying exceptionally cold as we have this Arctic air in place. There's a look at our satellite showing that big storm with the snow moving into New England this morning, the really wet weather in cities like Atlanta and Charlotte making that commute pretty tough out there, and then the pink in the middle there in the mid-Atlantic indicating maybe some sleet and some icy conditions. Now, some portions of New England could actually pick up maybe 6 to 9 inches of snow out of this. So we have the watches and warnings up. The purple there, those are winter weather advisories. The white are those winter storm warnings for places like interior Massachusetts into Vermont, New Hampshire, and down east Maine. But the Ohio Valley, also places like Cincinnati, Cleveland, you could get some decent snow out of this. And then Washington, D.C., you're going to be right on the edge of that. The severe threat for your Tuesday looks like this. We do have it confined really to the panhandle of Florida, and that would be just an isolated shower or storm. Let's take you coast to coast now with those temperatures. We'll go from the 40s there in Seattle and Portland into the 30s in Spokane. Heading into Southern California, a decent forecast for you there in San Diego with comfortable weather and 70 degrees by Thursday. Phoenix, you'll be at 70 today. Denver, you're in the 40s and then dropping way down into the 20s with some snow likely coming your way by midweek. Here in Texas, we have the 50s in Dallas-Fort Worth today. Austin, Corpus Christi, and Houston, you're all sitting in the 50s as well. And then heading over into the Mid-South and the Deep South, Little Rock, You're not going to be getting out of the 40s today. New Orleans, not out of the 50s. That goes for you there in Atlanta with a very wet morning for you. Tampa, you'll cool off a bit by midweek, back into the low 70s. The Mid-South staying exceptionally cold right now. Louisville, Memphis, about 20 degrees or so below average. St. Louis, you're also feeling the chill out there. And heading into the upper Midwest, below freezing temperatures. Look at that in Des Moines, Iowa by Thursday. Your high only 14 degrees. And then, of course, heading into New England, we are hovering right about freezing there in Portland, Maine. Buffalo, you'll get a little snow today with the 30s. Messy weather for you there with the 40s and rain in D.C. And Norfolk looks like you will be in the 50s.
A ton of videos usually pop up on social media this time of year showing hacks to de-ice your car's windshield or clear the snow. And Aaron Sullivan with our station in Michigan put some of those viral claims to the test to see if they really work.
Waking up and scraping ice and snow off your car early in the morning is not an ideal way to start the day. So what if it could be made easier? Social media life hacks show that using everyday household items can help. Some users say you can use items you already have at home, like vinegar, sandwich bags, and rubbing alcohol. So I put some to the test on one of our station cars. I first tested a method using a sandwich bag filled with warm tap water. This hack is for defrosting your car windshield in the morning. I found that the window was so frozen solid that this didn't really work, but I'm sure it could work if there's no ice on your car. Next, if you're running late and need your windshield defrosted quickly, rubbing alcohol can help. I did notice this helped melt the ice just a little bit, but I can't say that this life hack was life-changing. I also attempted to create a DIY de-icer in a spray bottle using 3 parts vinegar to 1 part water. This did help with scraping ice off of the car's windshield, but the smell was extremely overpowering, and I do warn you, if you try this at home, you might inhale some of that vinegar. So I do not recommend. And if you experience icy doors and handles, I know I do in the morning, well, you can put WD-40 on the rubber edges around your door. This is going to help prevent your door from freezing shut. And for door handles, hand sanitizer can help de-ice those handles early in the morning when they're frozen shut. And lastly, put your visors down inside your car to trap warm air when defrosting your car towards your windshield. This is going to help quicken the defrosting up. Overall, I would say these life hacks didn't necessarily make my life easier, but if you want to try it at home, good luck. I hope it works out for you.
Another hack that always pops up, especially in Texas, using a Whataburger cup to protect exposed pipes or outdoor faucets in freezing temperatures. And this is actually true. Experts say any styrofoam cup can work if you don't have a faucet cover. Styrofoam is a great insulator. It might not work as well as the insulated covers, but can come handy in a pinch. No one wants a mess in their home, so make sure your pipes are protected. Keep your kitchen and bathroom cabinet doors open to allow some warm air to circulate around the plumbing. Let your faucets drip in hot and cold to avoid frozen pipes. And disconnect all hoses and cover your outside faucets.